Welcome to Switched On Schoolhouse College Planner. One of the most overwhelming concerns of homeschool parents is planning for college. College Planner can help. This unique half-credit elective helps students prepare for college by providing a plan for the high school years. In College Planner, your student will study units that cover My Educational Future, choosing a college, entrance exams and applications, paying for college, and non-college options. Now let's take a look at a College Planner lesson to see how concepts like these are covered. In a unit entitled Paying for College, let's look at a lesson called Grants and Loans. Most lessons begin with a brief introduction and a list of goals or objectives for the lesson. These objectives help students stay focused on important lesson content and provide parents with an effective way to measure mastery of lesson content. The goal for this lesson is explain the difference between the various types of grants and loans. After this introductory material, your student moves independently through the lesson, reading the text-based instruction and utilizing the multimedia features that have been provided. Let's take a look at this video presentation.
I understand that financing your education is a very scary thing to go through, and there's a lot of preparation that goes into applying for financial aid, but the biggest piece of advice that I can give to you is to get in contact with your financial aid office. Usually you have a financial aid counselor who is there to help you and is willing to help you through everything. So just be in contact with them, ask them for advice, ask them what they think you should do, and many times there's ways that you can finance your education without putting yourself into a great deal of debt. So just be in contact, apply for financial aid early. Again, I say you want to apply in January, first thing, and we're here to help you. And just think of any obstacle that's put in front of you as a challenge that the Lord is giving to you to make you a stronger person.
At the beginning of most lessons, students will also encounter a list of vocabulary words that will be used throughout the lesson. We've included review and reinforcement activities to encourage mastery of these important words. For example, students can hear the correct pronunciation of each word.
Scholarship, state grant.
A Vocabulary Games arcade provides additional practice designed to help students to learn the spelling and definitions for the vocabulary from the lesson. Let's take a look at one of the games. Flashcards provides a fun way for students to review the definitions for the vocabulary words. Here's a sample. The Internet can be a powerful tool for students. Web-enabled links allow students and parents to safely use the Internet to locate carefully chosen supplements to course content. A variety of audio-visual presentations, including videos, slideshows, and animations, provide reinforcement of lesson content. This animation provides more information about the degree of financial aid typically received by college students. Let's take a look.
Is it realistic for me to think that I'll receive financial aid?
Sure, it's realistic. After all, 41% of all college students receive grants, but that doesn't include loans or work-study programs. And the average amount received with grants is $2,700.
But that's not enough to cover all my tuition.
No, grants actually cover about 1/3 of tuition costs. In fact, at community colleges, over 1/3 of the students receive some form of aid, averaging over $2,000 per student.
But I plan on going to a 4-year school.
Okay, at 4-year public universities, over half the students receive some aid.
What's the average amount awarded?
Over $5,000.
What about at private schools?
At private four-year colleges and universities, about 70% of the students receive aid, and the average amount received is almost $9,000.
At the end of the lesson, your student is presented with a series of questions that provides a review of lesson content. If the lesson contains multiple sections, after completing section 1, the student continues to the next section, reading the text-based instruction and answering the remaining questions. Questions are presented in a variety of formats. Answers are automatically saved as the student works through the questions, with 85 to 90% of student work being graded immediately by the program. A student is given the opportunity to reattempt questions that were answered incorrectly the first time through the lesson. The lesson is complete when the student has answered all questions correctly or he has exhausted all his allowed attempts.